This is a split rim from a 48 or 49 F500 truck. So for you guys that are afraid of these things, they're not that bad. The main thing that you got to remember when you put it together is condition. If it's got too much rust in it, that ring won't catch that lip on the rim as it should, or if it's got too much debris in it or it's too beat up, don't air it up. It needs to look like this when you air it up. I generally wrap a chain around them. I don't have a cage when I'm airing them up, just in case that ring does pop off, but more often than not, they do not pop off if the condition is good. So I'll make another video of it torn apart. And basically what we do, we hit this down with a hammer. That breaks that bead. They're designed to be beat on with a hammer. That's what that lip right there is for. You just beat it down with the hammer, and then there's a mark right there, or a notch. You just pry that out and then just pry it around until it comes off. The other side is just like a regular tubeless. You just knock it down, break the bead. I'll make a video of it coming apart. And now that I got the bead kind of knocked loose, I just pry it out of there. Not that big a deal. Been on there for a long time. PV blaster goes a long way. Ring's got a little rust on it. So I'm gonna inspect it real close, make sure see. hand on the valve stemmer, she'll tear it up. That's that. Dismounted split rim. Cleaned up the wire brush. Make sure. Make sure it gets on there good and not gonna come off. This tube in this flat make it reusable, so it's good. This tire's definitely junk. That's good though. That's good. Figure out why it lost it there. Other than the fact the tire's junk. That's that. Dismount a split rim wheel. Alrighty, I've taken a wire brush to the split rim. And you can see the condition of that is not too terrible. If it's in that condition, you can probably mount it up alright. That is the lip that is the most critical. So if it's got too much rust in it on this lip right here, if it's got too much rust in it, then I would not air it up. So that lip connects with that lip right there. Well, this little bit of rust down in here doesn't matter. That's what matters. So I put a little dink in that edge down there when I pulled it off. Did quite a bit of these when I was younger. Well, they're not that big a deal. You can have a dink out here. That doesn't hurt it. Where you don't want problems, like I said, is in this lip right here. It's got a little dink in it, but it didn't hurt that side. As long as this is straight, not rusted, no debris, and you can mount it. I don't have a good tire to put on here, or else I'd show you mounting and then airing up, but I just don't have a good tire for it yet. Set this up and sort of see what I'm doing. Try to put the ring on and how the ring needs to fit. Usually start with the ring from put the ring on the opposite side of the valve stem. You hear that clicking in there? That means it went in good. When you air it up, that will get real tight. Okay? When you're airing it up, watch that. If that starts to separate, that means the ring's going to come off. If it starts to close, that means the ring's tightening up against here, and it's doing exactly as it should. It's holding it tight. When I have a good tire, then I'll show you mounting and airing up. I usually wrap a couple chains around in here. Wrap it around the tire and the wheel. That way if the ring does pop off, there's nothing you can do about it except let the chain hold it from coming off and hitting you. Alrighty. Now that I got the bead kind of knocked loose, I just pry it out of there. Not that big a deal. Been on there for a long time. PB blaster goes a long way. Ring's got a little rust on it. So I'm gonna inspect it real close, make sure that it's gonna. We still have a good effect in it. We shall see. Since I've done one of these. Careful when it gets to the end on the valve stemmer, she'll tear it up. That's that. Dismounted split ring. Cleaned up the wire brush. Make sure. Make sure it gets on there good and not gonna come off. This tubing is flatly reusable, so it's good. This tire's definitely junk. That's good though. That's good. there. Other than the fact the tire's junk. That's that. You dismount a split rim wheel.